So, check this out, people. Today is Saturday, and of course, GME has tanked. It went up from 11 plus to $17 plus, and then, like any other stock, it tumbled because stocks go up and stocks go down. The problem with these YouTubers who pump GME, AMC, and all of these other meme stocks is that they're not realistic. They want you to believe that stocks will only go up, that the share price of their favorite stock is only going to rise. It's never going to drop. They're always telling you to buy the dip, but in order for a stock to dip, that stock has to continuously go up and down, up and down. And unfortunately, GME does not go up and down, up and down. It simply goes down. It tanks. When you buy the dip, a stock goes up continuously, regularly, then it drops. You buy the dip so that when that stock goes right back up again, you take your profits. If you want to invest lifelong, long-term investments for your retirement, for your future, meme stocks are not the way to go. GME is not the way to go. AMC is not the way to go. AMC is $10 billion in debt. Even if it makes or profits $1 billion in one weekend, that $1 billion goes towards their bills, their debts, and paying their rent and their employees, because AMC owes millions of dollars in rent because they don't own their property, they lease. And like everyone else, AMC has bills to pay. And so when you buy into these meme stocks, you have to understand that these stocks are not for long term. Anyone that tells you this is lying to you. They simply want you to jump in, hoping that the stock will squeeze, climb, so that they can in turn get their profits. This is what the Kansas City 5 did when AMC originally squeezed, when GME originally squeezed. All these people took their profits while telling you to hold. And the only ones selling this MOAS nonsense about GME and AMC are these stragglers who are left, who haven't gained their profits. And so they are telling you in hopes that the stock will once again squeeze so that they can in turn get their profits. And the fact is that GME is never going to squeeze, it's never going to the moon. If you want to invest in your future, people, you have to use common sense. And common sense tells me that blue chip companies, growth stock companies, are the only way that you are going to save for your future. If you think that saving for your future or that you're going to make life-changing money by buying into these meme stocks, that the only reason people have been pumping these stocks is because they knew that these companies were failing. They knew that these companies were heavily shorted. And so they made their YouTube channels based on this, based on these facts, so that they can get the majority of the people who watch them to ride that train in hopes to squeeze these heavily shorted stocks. And in turn, it happened. But it happened one time. It happened already with AMC, and it already happened with GME. It's not going to happen again. Anyone who tells you otherwise is lying to you. They're scamming you. The only people who continue to get views still so far, and they are now falling behind on views because YouTube is now getting tired of pumping this AMC bullshit, this AMC and GME nonsense. And so when you Google AMC or when you go on YouTube and type in AMC or GME, you see the same idiots pumping this, the same three people. It's either Donahue George, Thomas James, and a couple of other people who got nothing better to do because they know that the majority of people who go onto YouTube who are trying to get rich, thinking that they're going to do this investing in the market, those people go on YouTube hoping to find information on AMC and GME. And now, unlike before, you only see a few stragglers. And anyone who tells you that GME is going to the moon is lying to you. Anybody who tells you that the books are saying this about GME, that the spreadsheets are great, that has nothing to do with it. The market doesn't work that way. The market doesn't care about the books. It doesn't care about the spreadsheets. The market doesn't care. The only way the market moves is by investors. Investors move the market. And if investors don't keep their money in GME or AMC, that stock, those stocks are going to tank. No one gives a fuck about meme stocks anymore. The only ones who did were those who were trying to play the game, who gambled their money, hoping that they can double, triple, quadruple their money. They didn't take advantage of AMC's first squeeze because they got greedy. They didn't take advantage of GME's first squeeze because they got greedy. Here we are 3 years later, and the same people who didn't get their money because they were greedy are pumping this nonsense so that they can, in time, hopefully regain their losses. Because the fact is that GME is not going to the moon. GME is not going to squeeze. We already know that AMC ain't going nowhere because the CEO himself is not going to let it. Everyone on YouTube continues to blame market makers, hedge funds, Citadel, and all of this bullshit that they keep selling to the masses, when in reality, they need to blame themselves for believing the hype on YouTube, for believing people like Marantz Rants, people like Trey's Trades, the Review Dog, Short the VIX, me, Kevin, Matt Kors, and all of these people who were pumping AMC and GME at the time. They all got their profits and then they left, leaving you holding an empty bag. And now, today, 3 years later, they're still selling the same bullshit because they're trying to squeeze the juice out of the lemon as much as they can. And if you continue to watch these idiots, you will continue to lose your money. If you put your money into a meme stock, as soon as that stock goes up $3, $4, or $5, get your money. Because as you can see, GME went up $6. $6 in the space of about 2 days. It went up from 11 and change to 17 and change. Where is it now? It's at $13 and change, because Marantz Rants wants you to believe that when this stock goes up, it's only going to go up. It's never going to come down. Those who bought in at $200 into GME will never regain their losses. Then those same people bought in at $50 believing that that was a discount. They will never regain their losses. Then they bought in at 25, 20, and 15, and so on and so on. And they will never regain their losses because they refuse to take profits because they are greedy. They're greedy. These are not the type of stocks that you invest your lifelong savings into. And so Morant's Rents has people buying the stock each time it tanks. And each time it tanks some more. And then it tanks some more. And then it tanks some more. And every time it does, he tells you to buy because it is a discount. And the fact is that those who bought at 50, 25, 15, and whatever else after that, they have lost the opportunity to regain their losses because this stock will never reach those numbers again. I don't believe that GME will even reach the $25 mark ever again. This company will not survive another 3 or 4 years. I will give GME 5 years before it goes out of business, and I am being generous. This stock will not survive the market, just like AMC will not survive the market. AMC may be here another 10 years, maybe, but it will never squeeze. The stock will never go up higher than $10, $12 a share. If it does, you better get your money. Anybody who bought into AMC after the reverse split at $7 or $8, when this stock reaches, if it reaches $15, $12, my advice to you is get your money. Take that money and put it into real stocks, stocks that will gain you interest, stocks that pay dividends, stocks that will make your money grow for the future, for your children. These stocks are not going to make you rich. You miss out on the opportunity. And anybody who keeps selling you this bullshit about GME to the moon, AMC to the moon, they are lying to you. In the end, you're only as smart as the person who's making money, not losing it. Get your money, people.